So, what's new? Anything? Anything new? No, not really. It's just the same old stuff. Seen the old man in 7-Eleven today. He looks like he's like 90, but he's in pretty good shape. He says to the one guy, "Oh, time to go home so I can go to sleep and do it all over again tomorrow." So basically he's going to go home because he works night shift, go to sleep, and I guess wake up, go to work for 8 hours, go home, go to sleep for 16 or 14 hours. It's like the guy reminds me of me, where in the future, if I don't have a retirement plan, I'm going to be like him, working even when you should be at home just retiring. But that's my I have a retirement plan that I plan on retiring in a way that nobody ever retired before. That's why it seems like it's fantasy world. I don't know the timing. I just know it'll happen. I don't know when. I don't know exactly how. Although I'm thinking more along the lines of, at some point my view count will be legitimate for the amount of people that have been seeing it from behind the scenes. The amount of people that Jonathan Clegg had shown, and Derek Rose and Stephen James as a copy, because by design I'm not supposed to have thousands and thousands of views. I did in the very beginning. I used to get like 3,000 views just on any video that I uploaded, and that was right after the Walmart video. In the year 2018, I was getting 3,000 to 5,000 views every video, no matter what. And then it started to dwindle. And then anybody who commented kindly would get attacked viciously. So then people started to stop commenting on my channel. And then, considering it's like a turn off getting attacked when you're trying to just watch somebody and talk to them. So I don't know how many legitimate subscribers literally stopped watching because of that, but I'm sure it's plenty. But it's not the view count I'm even talking about. It's the ones that, once I started to really show some things that are really legitimate, and secret busters, and communication, I believe those, when that link was created, it's created with a subtraction of the view count. That way my view count can dwindle, and it's supposed to try to discourage me from uploading more videos, but that didn't work either. So instead of retirement fund, one way of being retired from it is by getting a legitimate view count. 144,000 people. All you do is, from the point of, whether it's 7 years, because I gotta work for free first in order to earn it. I worked for 7 years without getting paid, getting attacked by the YouTube agents on the other side that do get paid. The first 7 plenty years. Yeah, well, they were for you, not for me. Even though I gathered up plenty of future retirement information, but it wasn't kind. These weren't very kind 7 years for me, because of the amount of people that attacked, and or the amount of channels, let's just say channels that attacked, because there could quite be a bunch of channels and it's the same person attacking me. So therefore I've been attacked by a bunch of different channels, in all likelihood the same person behind a few of those channels, like Matthew Daly and Ashley McCormick being the same person. I've seen that resemblance from before, and I don't know, for some reason these people just look like they're wearing these rubber suits. I wonder what they really look like behind it. Most likely just little women, right? Little women. But are these women from heaven? Did they fall? Are they the women from heaven on the outside, falling angel from the inside out, dropping down like that? I don't know. But I could easily live off of 250 $250 a view. I mean, a video. 7 videos a week, $1,750 a week. A little over $5,000 a month. That's comfortable living. And then if I wanted to do anything, you know, I could, like any kind of other work, just add on to it until I'm fully retired. So that would mean 50,000 views every video that I upload. There's at least 50,000 people that watch my videos that don't watch them through the click count of the YouTube platform. I don't know exactly how that works. It could just be a download. You get the download, it's sent to you, and that's how everybody's supposed to watch until because if I monetize my videos right now, it's pointless. All I'm gonna do is interrupt you with my commercials. Because what is it, 150 views maybe, or 144 at times. So just what it is those zeros, those 3 zeros have been taken out. So when I get to have 144,000 friends, and then for the rest of my YouTube career, here's what you got to do. Here's all you got to do. For the rest of my life that I have shown videos, all you have to do is click on it in the morning. Even if you watch it or not, it doesn't matter, just as long as you clicked on it and it becomes a view, right? So your job from that point on to show your appreciation for me for the first 7 years of doing it for free, except for the Walmart video that was monetized. It's the only thing that got me some money out of it. The only thing that got me money out of it, and that was just something, again, it's on my own. From that point on, you click on it, there's 144,000 of you that do it, and that brings the view count to almost 150,000 of you, which times that by 3, which is roughly $750 for each video of 150,000 views. Now that's premier loot. That's like, you know, it's like Jacob Israel type money. Maybe a little bit more. I think he might get about 50,000 views, I'd say. Or it's more like Christopher Green views. Because I think he has a whole lot of subscribers. I think he has like 500,000. I have to check. So it's legitimate, it's earned, it makes sense. I know Derek Bros and Stephen James and Jonathan Clegg have the ability to create that legitimacy. Like, in other words, all you got to do is stop with the suppression of the videos. But why would people want to watch my videos? What's so great about what I'm doing? Well, it's not that it's great. It's informal. It's revealing. These are truths that truly are hidden, and if you want to know the truth, well, then you'll watch someone's channel that will be telling you the truth, and not just telling you the truth, but revealing secret things on this earth in order to set you free, because then you'll know the truth. So let's just say that that's what the deal is right now. Because how else can so many people get saved towards the end if they're not seeking the truth and watching the channel that's distributing it to them? But it's a way of all the people that have this has been given to. Obviously, it's going to be secret. It's going to be hidden. It's not going to be out in the open. It's not going to show in my view count. This is a faith-based belief system. I believe that that's what's happening. And at some point in the future, which I'm not sure what the time is, it will manifest. It will have its view count legitimately. Like, you don't even have to send me a bunch of AI bots to click on my videos. I mean, you could if you want. That's up to you. But because regardless, I did work for almost 7 years straight, and every fresh upload isn't monetized. Every single fresh upload of 4,000 plus videos have been for free. No purse, no script. No money either. Still just doing the work thing back and forth. Yeah, it's a waste of life. For the most part, it's a waste of life, but at the same time, I do have time to listen to whatever and do timestamps while I'm at work. And if I'm on the phone too much, then I can subtract time while I'm there. That way the devil doesn't harass me, because the moment I do a timestamp while I'm at work, the devil harasses me. He's like a slave driver. He doesn't want you to do anything else other than work as fast as possible, you know, when that's not even realistic. When people used to work for me, I got the time out of them that I got. I knew they weren't getting any faster with it unless they get paid a certain amount. And I didn't tell them to punch out when they went and got lunch or stopped and ate lunch or whatever. Paid lunches, you're there for the 8 hours. The moment you lift your tool belt, you're working. You take some breaks. I didn't care, because the money is not the issue. It was the fact that I was putting a lot of people to work and I was helping them pay their bills. and it felt good. I even had my stepmom Karen and my brother-in-law Norman move into an apartment at the place that I was doing as the cleaner and the supervisor type. And I thought that was a great idea. Just gave him a home and gave him a job and for that year, and then, but my brother-in-law, he wound up getting fired. And then it went downhill because I wasn't really getting paid on time. I was getting paid, just not on time, and I always seemed to be broke because I was always paying my employees out of my pocket, out of my bank account that dwindled to nothing. And then I would wait weeks sometimes to get paid just to catch up, and it was so irritating. And on top of that, the guy was punching holes in my pipes and sending leaks everywhere and just trying to slow me up. And so, needless to say, I wrote 9 pages of information of his ordering habits and patterns and handed it to the vice president the day I said I quit. I'll come back when this guy's not here anymore because this is what he's doing. And I couldn't prove it, but I did because they fired him like 3 or 6 months later because they seen what I said was absolutely true. And I did go back there and do some work, not full time though, but anyway, that's the point. When people work for me, it's a different system where I'm way more lenient towards things because that's how you get better workers. You show them respect. You show them that you actually care about them. So imagine me with all the money in the world and what can be done with all the money in the world. There's always an accident on 95. Always. It just never ends, ever, ever, ever. Oh well, we'll deal with it when we get there. So, you count 144,000 people for the rest of their time. All they gotta do is just push the here's how you guys pay me back. Because I know you guys are the ones that attack me. Because you're part of like the ones that are sealed in Christ Jesus. And Christ Jesus is the Antichrist that you worship. Because I think they let him go. I don't know if he was Barabbas. Maybe, it probably was Barabbas, Christ Jesus. I think even Paul was named Christ Jesus because he was the Antichrist of Jesus and one of the thieves on the cross. I said that last year sometime, and I'm like, doesn't it just make sense that Peter and Paul were the two beside on the cross with Christ, which means they would be also the twins, which means they would also be Gestus and Justus or something. There's a St. Peter and Paul Basilica in Philly. The Tree of Life parking lot has a thief on the left side, which is a tree, and a thief on the right side, which is another tree, like Peter and Paul at different times. So it just made sense that Peter was the one that accepted Christ in the beginning. Paul was the one that continued on. And then when I look at Stephen James as a Paul type, or like a Peter type, because he's like, according to the script anyway, believe what you want about it, acting like he's a denier, acting like he's Michael the Archangel rebuking me, Satan. I keep being told I'm Satan. The one Magoo guy who he's like, my voice, I was born like this, Robin. Yeah, you mean your character was born like that? I don't show my face because right. You don't show your face because this is another account that you have that it doesn't, the script doesn't require you to have a face. You're just a voice from somebody else's channel who does other characters with different face masks. That's all. So I don't make fun of people as if because they were born this way and they sound, no. You're all agents from the inside hiding your true identity. That's all you're doing. So I make fun of your character. Now assassinate your character. It's a 21-minute holdup coming up. I don't like the sound of that. See, this is portion here. It's all cleared up. Then we get coming up, and then it's going to be bumper to bumper. So that's one of the people that now I've heard some garbage spewing out of your mouth before, and it doesn't matter who you are. I don't care if you're Joe Schmo or you're a top, YouTube channel somewhere else. I don't even care. I don't even care if Creepy Magoo. I don't even care if you're John Quentin Wise's other account, aka John from Denver. What do I care if you're another character with some spewing some garbage out the mouth? And it's my job to figure it out. What does it matter to me? I need some resistance. I haven't had much resistance in a long time. John from Denver, John from Quentin Wise, he was like a branch of Stephen James DeShawn's group, which could also just be Stephen James himself. And, he could also be a bunch of other people. He could be Derek Rose, too. Or he could just be separate. Or he could be Jonathan Clegg. Or he could be Jacob Israel. It could be a bunch of different people. Or you're just all single individuals. The possibility of me being right is highly likely. But just in case if I'm not, you're all single people, right? And I welcome the ones that... It's almost as if... I would hope that, like a Magoo guy, that he's just a single person by himself, blinded as all hell, trying to... he's hired by the agency to try to say that I'm a liar about things, and it's so ridiculous. But I believe I blocked him before because I wasn't in the mood for that nonsense spirit that person has. Just straight nonsense. What you're saying is absolutely, it's not true. That's what, like, you're a hired agent to be stupid, to sound stupid. And at that time I wasn't into it. But now I opened up the door because like did Matthew 2.0. I know you guys have my old videos, and at some point you're going to play some clips that I don't even have. And I've been looking back at the past, trying to find some new some old new material, because the old stuff I have is new material for the future. So what I'm saying is it's not as much fun stomping agents when I believe that your account is an agent that I already know, and at a certain channel that I respect. Like, let's just say Magoo is John from Denver. It's another one of his voice his daddy's using, and he's sitting there laughing right now like, damn it, Robin, I don't know how you know these things. But it wouldn't even be as much fun reciprocating back and forth with that character, because I know that it would be you. Now, I would hope that it isn't. That way it's just a single person, because you already know the truth. What am I going to teach you? I like teaching people lessons that they think they're coming against me in a way that's going to hurt my feelings or something. Those days are long gone. And then you would need to be watching me and scrutinizing me, and in that way I can keep showing you things that eventually your eyes are going to open up, and you're going to stop doing what you're going to do. But that doesn't happen until the end anyway. Nobody's going to stop being an agent. You're all going to still be agents. So I don't mind having some resistance, and I appreciate the videos and the attention. And guess what? I learn scripture prophecies from these people, because I know that they know the truth, and they're agents, and they're acting. So they'll drop little tidbits. Like, here's one. Why is John Wise? Why is he saying he's the only begotten Son of the Father in heaven now all of a sudden? Like, those words dropped out of his mouth and he said it. Well, because he's saying he's the only begotten Son of the Father in heaven. Well, doesn't that make him Jesus? I don't know. Wasn't Jesus Barabbas the Son of the Father as well? Isn't Satan, didn't he come down from heaven? Isn't he the father of lies? So if John Wise, if his father is the father of lies, well, then his father would be the devil. Now you can flip that and say, well, no, he is the only begotten Son of the Father. The Father in heaven is, well, Christ is, if you've seen him, you've seen the Father also. So then what do you say? Well, most people are going to say he's an Antichrist. Is he the Antichrist? Because I thought Stephen James was the Antichrist. Or at least, according to Nostradamus, he was the first Antichrist. Then there was Derek Brose, and then there was Jonathan Kleck at the end. So he's seen 3 of them at 3 different timelines. He's seen Napoleon Dynamite. So Napoleon, meaning Stephen James is Sean. Then he's seen Hitler. Derek Brose took that title. He definitely implied, at least, that he is. So I'll go by your implications. And then the last one, Nostradamus didn't really point out exactly, because that people were thinking maybe he's talking about Barack Obama, or he's talking about Barack Obama. And Jonathan Kleck is the last one coming up, and he's getting all you to worship Barack Obama. The first beast whose deadly wound was healed. He could either be showing you Barack Obama in order for you to worship him, or he's showing you who he is. But there's 3 or 4 different You know, you can have the same channel and you can dress up in a different suit. So you can be Donald Trump behind one Jonathan Kleck mask. You can be Barack Obama behind another Jonathan Kleck mask. You can be Joe Biden behind another Jonathan Kleck mask. And the idea is to have all these spirits on the same channel, and then you got the, you know, I don't know if it was meant for you to find it, but you wind up finding it out anyway. So they could be all different people, but on the same exact channel wearing the same bodysuit, which is more realistic than anything, because that's why I've gotten so many different feelings about the Jonathan Klecks that I've come across. But in the end, what is it like? What is everybody even trying to do anyway? Why all the deception? Like, why the Antichrist is going to rise up and for the past 5 years solid, Stephen James would call me the Antichrist. He would call me the beast from the pit. He would call me a false prophet. He called me all the things that he is. So I've learned to just play opposite SpongeBob Pants Day with Stephen James. Whatever he claims that he is, I am. Whatever I am not is what he says that I am. I am's that I am. And he is what he is. So it goes back to all these characters that came across me, came in my direction. Matthew, if we have Matthew 2.0, and Matthew Daly was playing Judas, because even when he was in Ashley's suit, she's like, you better be fucking careful what you say. Because when you're joking around saying you have 12 phone numbers and you're talking to different 12 people, you're glorifying yourself like you're Jesus. So what does that make you? Jesus? Thou saidest. Robin thinks he's going to be a king in heaven, says Jethro. I mean, you know, he might be. I don't know. Well, thou saidest. I didn't say it. You did. How can you even say, well, he could be? I don't know. What? There's only one king in heaven, and you're saying I could be him? I mean, these were scripts written a long time ago about little old Robin Henry Tees. You don't say those things unless you're scripted to say it for whatever reason. And then so on and so forth. Then it kept coming, and it keeps coming, and it's like Tyler Mullen got up and did about 21 videos in one day because I really struck a nerve on that boy. Boldly, roly, poly, oly. But the main Judas was Matthew Daly, because he was like, alright, I'm not a Judas. I come into the YouTube platform telling you the truth about things, which means that represents the Christ Spirit. So I represent the Christ Spirit. And then constantly revealing stuff that's true like what goes on in the belly, understanding that, I could have only understood that from Jonathan Kleck himself. Then it continues and continues and continues. And that's why in the end, the 144,000 who were sealed, and even the very elect shall be deceived, if possible. And it is. Anything's possible. I was deceived. I'm sure I still am at certain points in time, but what you guys can do for me in order to make things right is watch my videos for the rest of my life every day. Click on it. Yeah, you can watch a 5-second commercial, maybe a 15-second commercial, but after all, allowing you to spew your garbage and come after me and attack me as your punching bag, it's a way of getting rewarded. So that's a more realistic way of my retirement, like that. 7 years for free, and then after that I finally get compensated for it. Because who does that besides, didn't Jacob do that also? But he was doing it in order to get laid or something. So he's like, hey, I'll work 7 years, I want to marry Leah or whoever, Rachel or somebody. And then it's yeah. So at some point, compensation comes along the way. But Matthew Daly, yep, see, my windshield wipers stopped as soon as I said that. Matthew Daly was the biggest Judas. And when Steve said history is going to repeat itself, and Matthew 2.0 is coming along, and and then here comes the attacks again, even though everything's been scripted even from the beginning. But here we go again. Right, is this what you're saying, Steve? We're coming around the corner. Judas 2.0. Matthew's job was this. On 3/2/2018, whoever he displayed, whether I showed up on YouTube or not, whoever Matthew Daly, the high priest, I believe he was the high priest, right? Or turned over, did he turn me over to the high priest? Because here's who really, Justin Michael really made an effort to be my buddy. And he is my buddy, but I know, you're all agents and I can't really have full conversations with you because, it's tiring, the lies, it's tiring. But he really did make it known to Stephen James, right? Andrew Pardon did. Andrew just went on to another character. He may be Jacob Israel. Either that or Jonathan Kleck. Yeah, again, or it could be Stephen James. It's who knows. But he didn't just disappear for nothing. Well, at least I beat like 10 minutes of traffic sitting there. So whoever Matthew Daly was going to have on his show, at that time on 322 Skull and Bones 2018. Whoever he displayed, that was going to be the person that was going to be handed over and crucified for the next 6 years, if they can handle it. Because me being crucified means the corporation is going to spend all of their time slandering my name. As long as I stay up, I'm going to be attacked. As long as I wake up in the morning and go to work, I'm going to be gang stalked. As long as I have breath in my life, in my lungs. Let's see, who wants to let me over? Thank you, sir. It's hard for people to let people over. This world is a very selfish world because everybody's in such a hurry to get somewhere, and they think they're going to get there faster, but they don't realize that you like, he didn't have to cut in front of me. I would have let him in, but he didn't even use the turn signal. So he's a selfish person. There's no waving of the hand like, hey, thanks for letting me over. And that's how the majority of these people are. I guess that's why they got sent to hell, huh? I don't know why I'm here. I don't remember being alive before. So maybe I was meant to come here to just raise hell, raise it up, and then go home when I'm done. I think that makes more sense in my life, doing that. Wherever I came from, I was dropped off like a stork dropping off a baby on earth, and like, here you go, here, take care of this kid. And then the entire time I have my dad behind me in my baby pit, my hieroglyph, and I got this all-seeing eye looking between my headline and my hairline. Now, he wasn't really there. It's artwork. But the point is, he has always been there. My dad, my mama, dada, Akhenaten and Nefertiti. Akhenaten, 10. Akhenaten, like 10 kings. Nefertiti, like a woman, like a Nefertiti, booby. Nefertiti, TT, Tai Tai, Titi, Toto, Teasy. David Thomas. There's an all-seeing eye behind my head, and I'm sitting on the lap of someone with their long, hairy arm in front of me, holding the hand of another one of their children that's behind my family. I mean, I don't know, maybe there's 10 people in my picture, or 12, like my mom's twin and all her children, or my mom's twin and all of our twins, but reptilians. There's the human side and then the reptilian side, the underground and the above ground. But nevertheless, there's an all-seeing eye behind my head, and so the devil, the serpent, the Pharaoh, And that would make sense how I could become second in charge like Joseph. Because, well, the Pharaoh's in my baby photo album picture. Right there. I just have to wake up and claim the position while I'm here in this dreamland before I fall asleep for good and wake up in heaven, wake up in home. And then wouldn't it be nice to know if everybody wakes up when you're done in the flesh, you wake up in heaven? Because Satan gets you the first 100 years of your life. It's like, most people don't believe in life after death anyway. So when you look at it, Satan, he gets you, all he can get you for is your entire life. And then once you're done that, you go back to God. And then you finally live in that world. But you had to learn these, you know, how do you appreciate heaven if you were born in there? It seems like some of the angels didn't even appreciate that because they came down here. And it's not like they were kind angels. So how did they even get in heaven in the first place? And then to come down here and mate with these women and then be slanderous attackers on the YouTube platform. How good were they from the beginning? So when you're born on earth or in this realm here and you live in the flesh your whole life and Satan owns your flesh and you war back and forth with that, he gets you only for your entire life if you believe that when you're done you go to heaven. Did he lie to you and say you're going to repeat and come back here again and do it all over again? I don't know. I mean, maybe the people that do the skull and bones transformation, they don't want to die. So they don't think anything is left after this, but they do know that you can get reskinned and become a female when you die and change over, or even die beforehand and get the transfer, leave your first estate, and then you just keep repeating in flesh form on earth. And yeah, you'll never die, but you're never going to heaven either, because you're always going to be living in a flesh state of mind. When you die out and just let it be and go home, that's probably the trick. That's why Satan has so many people repeating down here, because they don't believe in heaven, but yet they believe in him, and he's the one that fell from heaven. So there's trickery everywhere with Satan, but his tricks are up, because even Satan himself, the one considered the devil who runs this show, even he's not even controlled by the spirit of Satan any longer, because Christ got a hold of him. And then that's the new creation. That's how God created Lucifer. Lucifer was created in the beginning, and then God formed him out of like the dust of the earth. It's a pre-existing type of creation. God's creation is, well, this is Satan's world, everything in it. Everything. Every flesh bag walking around is Satan's. God is the one that creates the change in a demonic person. Like the person that had a legion of demons. Like Mary Magdalene that had 7 demons in her. God is the one that changes that, and then that person becomes a new creation, even though they're already existing. And that's how God takes over the earth down here, because everybody's looking to get raptured up. You either already got raptured by that Christ spirit and you're caught up with it forever, or you're still waiting for a rapture, which means you don't know Christ, but you may think you do, but you don't. And you'll die in your sin, or you have a chance to know Christ in the end after the final event takes place. But this is all a build-up for that final event to take place. So you get raptured up, but the thing is, God is coming down here and living. He's setting up his abode in the deepest depths of the earth. The angel of the bottomless pit rises up. He's loosed. He's freed to deceive all the nations for a short period of time, because he had a conversion, and that's why he's going to deceive everybody, because it's the old flipperooski. It's the old F you pay me. He owns your soul, so now you become his slave, and whatever he tells you to do, you will do it for me. So here's what you do. You pay me. How do you pay me? Just watch my video like you've always done. But this time around, push the lever button to release the suppression of the view count. That way, when I'm done my 7 years, I push that monetization button, and then every one of my videos from that point on pays me for the rest of my life. It's the simplest thing. It's actually very, very easy to comprehend and for it to happen.